So tonight's class is going to be a power flow. Powerful, powerful, power flow. Or flower, power. Tonight's practice is going to be a power flow. It's going to be a vinyasa based, lots of movement, lots of heat to fan the flame and bring out your strong and courageous side. And I hope you like it. Yay. Flower power flow, flower power flow. Hi everyone, welcome to practice. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. This is AWH Yoga. My name is Anna. Okay, so tonight we are going to be doing a power flow. So this is going to be a fast-paced vinyasa style flow. We're going to get moving, get heated, really going to get energized. I like to think of this as a flow to channel and harness our inner power, to feel strong and to feel courageous, and I think it's a really great time for this type of flow. So there will be a little bit less cueing than there has been in my previous classes, but I think even if you are a little bit newer to yoga, this will absolutely still be a great class. As always, please remember, anything that's not feeling good, feeling great, take your own road. This is a practice that is meant to serve you and your body and what you need right now, and I am just here to lead and give you options. So please take advantage of that. It's the most important part of yoga. That being said, if you have any props that you want to use, you can bring those to the story. Sometimes I always bring my blocks just in case, but I don't always use them. But if you have blocks or if you have a strap, that might be a great addition. Grab some water, put on something you can move in, and let's do this. So let's get started in a child's pose. So before we begin to move our body and celebrate the feelings of movement, we're going to be still. We're going to be grounded. Notice your breath as you begin to settle into this posture. Notice the sensations in your body as you ask it to slow down. Take this opportunity to embrace the fact that you only have one job when you're on your mat compared to the days of multitasking and divided attention. When we're on our mat, our focus is our breath. Slowly begin to deepen the breath here. Indicating to the body that it is safe. And as we use our breath to inform the body into that safer place, we then can ask more of it. A few more deep grounding breaths here. If you choose to set an intention for your practice, this is a great time to do so. You can also choose to dedicate your practice to someone, and that someone can be you. And one more breath here. Exhale completely. And then from your child's pose position, can you get a little more length forward? Can you move your fingers and arms forward without moving the hips and the lower body from their position? And then from this really deeply extended child's pose, can you move your hands to the right? So crawling both the right hand and the left hand over to the right, keeping your hips on your heels, feeling that stretch through the left side body. 2 deep breaths here. One more breath. Beautiful. Slowly bring your hands back to the center. Pause there for a moment, acknowledging that the transitions are equally as important as our active postures. And then crawling your hands over to the left side, keeping them engaged and on the ground, keeping your hips to your heels. 2 deep breaths. One more beautiful breath. Breathing into that back body. Let it out. And slowly crawl your hands back to the center. And then from here, I want you to press down into your shins and the tops of your feet. Bring your navel to your spine and then pull yourself up, slowly dragging your hands on the mat, actively engaging them, maybe touching the knees, thighs, and bringing your spine up straight. We're going to move into toe stand. We won't be here for too long, don't worry. So if you're comfortable with this practice, you can move into it. You can also use your block here to get a little more elevation, but still putting a little bit of that stretch into the feet. So placing your hands in front of you, curling your toes up, keeping your hips and knees parallel, and then sitting back onto your heels. So this is a calf stretch as well. Absolutely feel free to keep weight in your hands so that you can sort of control how much stretch gets into the feet and toes. Deep breathing. Wherever you are in this posture, know that you can be in a very uncomfortable position and still have grace. We use the breath to find that grace during difficult times. One more breath. And exhale out. Come into a tabletop position. Uncurl your toes. And then sort of tap them out. That blood flow going. You can wiggle around a little bit if you need to. And then come to stillness in your tabletop position. So in tabletop, palms are beneath the shoulders, hips are aligned with our knees beneath our hips. And then I want you to take a moment to press down slightly, tops of your feet and shins. Squeeze the outer hips in. Externally rotate those outer upper arms slightly, making sure that elbows not locked. Be in a really deliberate tabletop. Feel the energy moving in toward the midline as we start to tell our core it's time to work. Open up the chest, but then broaden your shoulder blades apart from each other. Lengthen the neck, soften your gaze. Breathe here, 3 deep breaths. Maybe activate your Ujjayi breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. 2 more good breaths, active tabletop. And after your last breath, exhaling completely, I want you to curl your toes back up, lift your knees 2 or 3 inches off the ground, bring everything in toward the midline. 3 breaths here. A little bit of shaking, really warming up the core. This is no joke for the beginning of a practice. 1 more breath. And knees back down. So keeping everything moving toward the midline. Uncurl the toes, take a breath here. Exhale. And then 1 more time, curl the toes up, lift them 2 or 3 inches up, really bringing energy to the core. I want you to think about all that fire you're creating in the center. You should be getting warm already. 1 more breath. Exhale out, and then hips to the sky, downward dog. In our first downward dog, we're going to get some movement going. So go ahead and pedal out your feet. Lately I've been doing this thing where instead of walking my dog, I've been running the dog. So you can actually take your feet all the way off the mat. Whatever you need to do to get those sort of cobwebs out. Maybe this is your first downward dog of the day. Or maybe you have one of those downward dog desks that you work at all day. Just kidding. I don't think that's a thing. One more breath here and then come to stillness. Entering stillness of this downward dog, you probably ask yourself, is this really a resting posture? Externally rotate those outer upper arms. Heels are aiming toward the ground. Internal action of the thighs, long spine. Breath here and out. Look forward between your palms. Then I want you to bend your knees, and then I want you to straighten your knees and stretch your heels down toward the floor, and then let's do that one more time. So bend the knees and stretching, getting extra length, heels toward the floor. Now move your hands back to your feet, hands to feet. Finding yourself at the back of your mat in a forward fold, generous bend in the knees. My feet are hips width distance apart or a little bit farther. So stretching down, moving the torso, touching the tops of the thighs if you can. Deep breath here. Exhale. Now take your left hand and place it between your feet or a little bit ahead of them so that your sort of half your hand is in between your toes. And then you're going to peel open to the right side, straighten the right leg, bend the left knee, peel open to the right, and take 3 deep breaths here. In our twist, we're twisting from our navel and up. Especially early in the practice, this can be really challenging to isolate those components of the body, but just send the breath there and imagine one more breath. Your twist, nice, and then kind of peel your way back down deliberately. Replace your right hand where your left hand was, and then we're going to straighten our left leg, bend in the right knee. You can use your arm a little bit as an internal lever against your right leg, and then peel open to the left. 3 deep, smooth breaths here. Again, you're really rotating from the navel up. One more breath. And then kind of unpeel yourself back down. Both palms to the floor and then crawl back out, plank pose. So in your plank pose, again, bringing everything in toward the midline. Super long line from heels to the crown of your head, long line of energy. Externally rotating those outer upper arms in, dropping that butt down so you have a nice long line. One breath here. Work's not over. Elevate your right leg 3 inches, 2 breaths. Don't cheat yourself here. One more long breath. And right foot down, left side. 2 long, full breaths. Keeping everything else nice and lined up. One more breath. And then left heel down. And then holding here in our plank pose. And then on our next breath, and exhale, hips to the sky, downward dog. Beautiful. Should already be getting nice and warm. Even though we haven't done a ton of movement, we've been introducing that fire to the body. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Look forward between your palms. Hop, step, or flow to the front of your mat. Meet me in a halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. And then exhale, palms to heart center. Nice. Hopefully you're getting a little bit warm. Now it's time for me to put my hair up. And then it will be time for us to really move. 50-50 on whether this gets edited out. Real life. Top of your mat. Maybe do 3 shoulder rolls with me. Nice. 3rd one. All right, let's begin. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, palms to the floor. Exhaling down, knees can go to the floor. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana or Cobra. Exhale, back, downward dog. From our downward dog, lift your right foot up. Bring the knee to your nose. Hold. 2 breaths. Hold here. Arch your back like a Halloween cat. One more breath. Exhale, back out. Inhale, knee to right tricep. Exhale, back up. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, back out. Inhale, knee to left tricep. Back out and hold. Bend the knee, open the hip. This is your breather. Breather one. I wanted to say breaker one, breaker one. You can roll the hips, get a little more movement here, whatever's comfortable for you, wherever you are. Keep your shoulders forward and breathe. Coming back into that three-legged dog, right foot down. Take a full breath here. And then I want you to bring your feet in a couple of inches, maybe 5 or 6 inches. And then we're going to do a couple of handstand hops. So if you're familiar with this, you can just kind of go for it. The goal is to actually have your legs straight up, coming back down when you're ready. Definitely an active rest, and then moving your feet back into a downward dog. Breath here. Inhale, right leg up again. Bring it forward between your hands, and then drop your left knee, Anjaneyasana. Arms up, squeezing those outer hips in, making sure the knee is tracking over that right ankle. Breathe. Keep breathing. One more good breath, palms to center. And then placing both your palms down just for a moment, and then I want you to squeeze those outer hips in and feel that buoyancy. Can you feel that? Now, place your weight into your left palm and twist, peel open to the right. You can leave your knee grounded, or you can curl your toes up. Just remember, you're twisting from that navel. One more breath here. Exhale, back down. Now, bring yourself completely back to the front. Right leg meets left into your upward dog or cobra. Back down, downward dog. Nice. Very nice. One breath here. Left side. Left foot up. Knee to nose. Hold. Hold it. Halloween cat. Space in the back body. Send the breath there. One more breath. Exhale, back out. Inhale, knee to left tricep, back out. Inhale, knee to nose, back out. Inhale, left knee to right tricep, back out. Inhale, knee to nose, hold, back out, and bend the knee, open the hip. Nice. This is your breather. Breather. Roll the hip. Do the same thing you did on the other side, and then try not to peel that body open. So keep those shoulders forward, and the way to keep that balance, externally rotating those outer upper arms and using tons of real estate on your palms. One more breath, and then back down. Take a breath here. We're going to go right to it. Bringing your feet in a couple inches, handstand hops, other side. For me, this is not the fun side, but give it a go. Maybe you do 3 or 4. Maybe just get your feet off the mat. Get some movement, get some height. Take a breath, downward dog. Really nice. One breath here. And then left foot up, hip height. Curl it in, foot between your palms. Drop your right knee, Anjaneyasana. Feels like a break, doesn't it? You can put your hands to heart center and actually place them here as well. What's critical is don't peel yourself open. Keep everything closed, tight, and squeezing in. One more breath here. And then put both your palms down just for a moment and squeeze in and feel that buoyancy, almost like you could just lift your legs right off the ground. One more breath here. And then put the weight into your right palm and then peel open to that twist to the left. Again, navel and up. Now you can also choose here to pop the right toes up, come to a full side twist in your lunge. Wherever you are, smooth out the breath. Make it be easy. Drawing that navel to the spine, pulling in those outer hips, knowing you've got everything you need to hold here. One more breath. And exhale, peel back down. Left foot meets right. Choose knees down or not. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Back down, downward dog. I bet now downward dog feels like a restful posture. Let's do 2 nice deep breaths together. Inhale. Exhale out of the mouth. Inhale. Exhale out. Inhale, look forward between your palms. Hop, step, or float to the front of your mat. Find yourself in a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up. Exhale through hands to heart center. Back down by your sides. I hope you're sweating. I'm definitely sweating. Let's keep going. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms down. Choose here, knees down or not. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg up, hip height. Knee to nose. Place the foot down. Now give your feet enough space. Give your hips space. Come up, crescent lunge. Give yourself a minute to get situated. First one here. Deep breath. And then bring your hands to heart center. We're going to do an open arm twist to the right. So again, navel and up only. Open that right arm out, left arm out. You can also choose to keep hands in prayer, but twisting that torso either way, squeezing those outer hips in, making sure that knee's tracking over the ankle. One more breath. And arms back up. And exhale down. And right leg back, meeting left. Inhale, upward or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left leg up. Inhale, knee to nose. Give your feet and hips some space. Take a moment to get situated. Inhale, crescent. Breathe. Couple breaths here. Find your center. And then maybe you bring your palms down, preparing for our twist. So twisting from the navel, up, left arm back, right arm's going forward, or choosing to keep your hands in prayer, but keeping that same amount of twist. So the arms don't actually twist you. The twist happens here, and then that's just sort of a side effect. One more breath here. And arms back up, and back down. Left meets right, moving forward. Squeeze those elbows in. Inhale, Urdhva. Exhale, Adho. 2 deep breaths. One more. Nice. Inhale, look forward between your palms. Hop, step, or float to the front of your mat. Find yourself in a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, palms to heart center, down to our mountain pose. Let's keep going. Inhale, chair pose. Hold here. Chair pose, can you see your toes? Weights in the heels. Looking for that neutral spine. Don't cheat this pose. Always a great idea to have a block, whether you're in a flowy class or a really static class. Always great to put the block here. One more breath. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Don't cheat yourself. Challenge yourself. And downward facing dog. Right leg up, hip height. Inhale, knee to nose. Right foot down. Give your feet some space. Drop that left foot down. Squeeze those outer hips in. Virabhadrasana 1. Holding here. Give your body a chance. Hands to heart center. We're going to move into Virabhadrasana 2 from here. So take your right foot and heel toe over a few inches to the left, and then open up the side body. Find yourself in Vira 2 and adjust your back foot so it's slightly coming in. Deep breath here. Now, tilting from the torso, tilting over, placing the outside of your right forearm lightly onto your right thigh. Side angle. Couple variations options for side angle depending on how warm you are or how ambitious you feel. I'm going to stay right here, but you could bind, could drop down to a block, to the floor. Wherever you are, keep breathing. This is light. I'm not falling into it. This is light. One more breath. Back up to warrior 2. Flip your right palm back into our reverse warrior. Holding here for just another breath. And then back to our warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands down. Right foot meets left. Plank. Inhale. Urdhva. Exhale. Adho. Left foot. Go for it. Inhale. I'm going to switch sides. Moving that foot between the palms. Give yourself space. Drop that right heel. bringing yourself up, Vera 1. Might have to adjust your feet a little bit. Remember, this is aiming forward. The hips are aiming forward. One more breath. Bringing your hands to heart center, preparing to move into our warrior 2. Heel toe the left foot over, peeling the body open. Step 3, adjusting that back foot. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Super strong. In the middle of all this movement, this beautiful, strong, graceful warrior at the ready. One more breath. Now leaning, using your torso. This stays the same. Moving this forward, pitching over, and then dropping that left arm down lightly for our side angle onto our left leg. Peeling up, drop those shoulders down away from the ears and breathe. Tendency here is to get that heaviness where you're leaning on your leg, but you're holding yourself up with that core that we've been working and energizing and generating that fire, and then your legs are super strong and stable here. One more breath. And then coming back up through your warrior 2, flip that left palm up, reverse warrior. Legs unchanged this whole time. Legs are unchanged. One more breath. And exhale, cartwheel down. Left foot meets right, pitching forward. Inhale, Urdhva. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Drop your knees, child's pose. You earned it. The great thing about a child's pose is you don't actually even have to earn it. It's always there for you. Two more breaths here. Notice your breath. Notice your mind. And then bring those in sync with each other. And looking up on an inhale, we're going to move ourselves into tabletop. Pop those heels up just for a moment. Back into our downward dog. Forward between your palms. Hop, step, or float to the front of your mat. Find yourself halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, chair pose. So we're back in our chair pose. I want you guys to be thinking of that neutral spine, pulling the hips back so the weight is there, but then feeling sort of a lifting as you're rooting down through the ground, but lifting back up. One more breath here. From our chair pose, staying in your chair, we're going to slowly move into our twist. So you're going to twist from the navel up over to the left. Have that right elbow seeking the outside of that left leg. Knees stay together. They want to kind of separate and move apart and get on different lines. Keep those together. Weight in the heels. How much can you twist and maintain that smooth breath? Smooth breathing. Making it easy. One more breath. And back to center, still in your chair. Squeezing those outer hips in. This should be on fire right now. One more breath here. Your reprieve is the twist. Twisting to the right, left elbow finds the outside of that right leg. Knees stay in the same line. How much can you twist and get smooth breath? Use your breath to create length. Use your breath to create a sense of calm and a sense of ease. One more breath here. And then back to center, still holding strong in your chair. It's been like a 10-minute chair pose, I know. One more breath. Let it all go. Forward fold. Let it go. Keep those knees bent. Nice, generous bend. I want you to grab your toes, yogi toe grip. Maybe move your feet out just a little bit more than hips width. Kind of making those elephant ears with your arms, lifting and lengthening with the spine on your inhale, and then exhaling down. It's a really beautiful fold after some super long chair poses and some great movement. Remember, knees can be bent here, almost encouraging that really. You can get a lot of length here and stretch. No extra bonus points for straight legs in any of these postures. One more breath here. And then let go of your toes, and I want you to place your palms flat on the ground in front of your feet, and then you're going to flip your palms so that your hands are upside down, you're facing toward your toes, and then step onto your palms, gorilla pose. Use your toes, give yourself a little wrist massage, and then keep your knees bent. Moving that weight a little bit forward, kind of the same concept as really our forward fold, and then as you keep those knees bent, and then breathing in, and then folding down again. Keep that same intention as our yogi toe grip forward fold in our gorilla pose. One more breath here. And then release your hands from underneath your feet, keeping those knees bent. And then I want you to place your hands on your hips and then slowly rise up into your mountain pose. Take a moment to ground here, one breath together. So bringing your hands to heart center, and then take a moment to find the middle, find the four corners of your feet. Maybe move a little bit forward and a little bit back, only such that you can find the middle. Shoulders relax away from the ears. Nothing to do right now. Just breathe. Beautiful. Hands go down to outside of your legs, and then I want you to put all of your weight into your left leg, but I don't want to see it happening. So you kind of imagine that it's just happening. And bringing your right knee into the chest, clasping your hands around your knee, and using your strap, or if you're comfortable, moving into any version of this leg raise with balancing. I'm just going to stay right here. If you're comfortable extending out, go for it. Wherever you are, nice long spine, keeping that chin parallel to the floor, really squeezing that left outer hip in. We're going to do a little bit of a twist here. So use your left hand to grasp your knee. If you're using your foot, you would be grasping the outside of your foot. And then right hand goes out like the twist we've been doing. And then maybe your gaze follows it. Everything's really tight in the center, moving toward that midline. One more breath. And then exhaling back through center. Don't cheat this part. Breath when you come back. And I want you to cross your right leg over your left, who's standing figure four. So as you move into this, you should really feel it here. And you're going to be placing your hands in heart center. And if you're comfortable, kind of in that one-legged chair side of things, slowly as you go down, feel it on the other side. A couple breaths here as far as you can go. Move into whatever version of this posture you're comfortable with. Maybe you can move into an arm balance. Maybe you just stay here with me. One more breath. And then slowly come back out, bringing that knee back up into the chest, keeping that foot flexed, and then slowly releasing it down. Feeling what that feels like. Have that right foot back on the ground, that left leg, all that work it did. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out everywhere. All right, we'll move into our other side. So again, as you move the weight into your right foot, don't let me see it happen. So even though I can't see you, don't let you see it happen. So easily move into that leg, lifting your left leg up, grasping around your knee, moving into whatever you feel comfortable with. You can move into Utthita Hasta or you can stay here with me. This is where a strap is super great, especially for training for that. Keep breathing here. Now take your right hand, grasping around your knee, twisting at the torso, so navel up, and then moving your back arm out, and maybe your gaze follows. Keeping those shoulders soft. Wherever you are, smooth out the breath, smooth out your mind. How much can you twist? And then slowly coming back to center. Don't cheat this part. The more carefully you do this one, the better it is into the next one. Now crossing that left leg over your right leg, maybe moving your hands into heart center, into our standing figure four, and then bending down into our sort of one-sided chair here, really feeling the stretch in those outer hips. Couple breaths here, maybe you move into your arm balance, maybe you lower down, maybe you hang out here with me, getting this fabulous stretch. Aim for that neutral spine, nice long neck. One more breath. And slowly straighten the right leg, bringing the left knee back up. In itself, such a challenge. And then bringing that left leg back down, and feel that moment it touches. And give that right leg a break. Shake it out for all the work it did. Shake it all out. Really nice. All right, we're gonna move into a little bit of core on the floor. I know you're excited, so let's figure out how to get there. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down into your upward dog and downward dog. And then however you want to get here, whether you jump through or whether you just find yourself seated, meet me in Navasana, boat pose. So moving into our boat pose, finding your sits bones, and then moving from there versus I'm in a V. So find your sits bones first. From here, I want you guys to actually, we're gonna balance a little bit here. Yeah, I'm not gonna do straight legs. So let's do hands to heart center for now, or if you're comfortable, open chest, shoulders away from the ears, down like this. Now we're gonna move into some dynamic boat. So you're gonna go down, exhale, up on your inhale. Let's do 10 from here. 9, 8, 7, keep breathing, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and hold. Yes, we did 11. Now feet down. I want you to go onto your backs. I want you to place your hands behind your head, and I want you to actually move into sort of a pseudo bicycle. So you're gonna take your right elbow, you're gonna bring up your left leg. So right elbow to left leg, okay, and then left elbow to right leg, and then you're gonna make sort of a pyramid and do 2 double crunches. So right, left, double crunch. Right, left, double crunch. Keep going. Right, left, double crunch. Right, left, double crunch. Keep going. Right, left, pyramid, double crunch. 2 more. Right, left, double crunch. Double crunch. Sounds like some cookies that I would definitely love. 2 more. Last one. We'll do 1 more for good measure. 2. Double crunch. Beautiful. Now, place your hands flat, kind of underneath your butt, legs up to the sky, totally parallel. You kind of do a half flex and point. I want you to slowly bring your legs all the way down, keeping your back flat on the floor. Maybe you can point here. And then bring it up 30%, 60, all the way-ish. Let's do it again. All the way down, hovering above the floor, 30, 60, up, down to a hover, 30, 60, up, down to a hover, 30, 60, up. I'm not going to tell you how many we're going to do because I keep messing it up anyway. Do this on your own breath. Don't forget to breathe. This is also yoga. A couple more. Hover, down, up. 2 more. And then we're gonna do something really fun. Down to the floor, hover. 2, all the way up. Hover and hold. Hover and hold. Lift your head and neck up. Look at your feet, flutter kick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 7, 7. Oh my gosh, there's something wrong with the video. Just kidding. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees in. And let everything out for a second. Doesn't that feel amazing? We should call this pre-shavasana. This is like the shampoo, and then the shavasana will be like the conditioner. All right, bring your knees into your chest. Well-deserved moment of relaxation there. Bring everything in, and then I want you guys to rock and roll and find yourself in a downward dog. You can hop back if that's in your practice, whatever's comfortable for you. Meet me in down dog, and we're gonna go into half pigeon. Remember, if you're landing, everything you land in from a jump has bent everything's. Inhale here, right leg up, and then bring the knee to your nose and then cross it over, moving into your half pigeon. So your right ankle behind your right wrist, right knee behind your right wrist, excuse me, and then bring yourself down. Great place for a block or a blanket under your hip. Check to make sure that that left leg is extending out directly behind you. Really kind of lean into it. Another one not to shortcut. Getting position for half pigeon. It's really imperative. Proper alignment. And the biggest benefit, stretching up before you fold down. Deep breath. And then we exhale down. A lot of movement today. A lot of energizing work. And as we strengthen our core, we also strengthen our resolve and our spirit, our courage, our confidence in ourselves. It's not just about getting a six-pack or doing cool yoga things. We're strengthening the most inner and sacred parts of ourselves. And really release down into this deep hip stretch and just melt into the floor. And slowly just bring your body up and your arms back toward your torso and legs. Taking one more moment in that proud posture of deep breath. You can remove yourself from this position in whatever way is comfortable for you. I typically work through downward dog, opening the hip, maybe rolling it just a little bit, and then bringing my leg back down. Let's move into our other side. So left leg up, knee to nose, getting some space in that back body, and then left ankle in front of, behind right wrist, and left knee behind left wrist. Moving your right leg back directly from the hip socket. You might have to take a look at it. And feeling where you might need some additional support, a blanket or a block. And then giving yourself that moment for that extra length. And then coming down into your half pigeon. Really dropping in here. Kind of thinking about this is your landing zone. Definitely a great place to check in with the mind. Did you start to wander a little bit when it got quiet? And your breath got easier to moderate? And just check back in. And reset that tuning. One more deep breath here. Inhale slowly and mindfully, bringing the hands back toward the body, giving yourself one more little sip, one more little stretch. And then I recommend coming back through this posture, back out of this posture the same way you did the other side, so you're nice and even. Stretching that hip or rolling it out, or if you just rotated onto your hip and moved around in your seat, that's fine. Wherever you are, just want to give that same amount of love and energy and attention to both sides of the body. And find yourself in a seated position. Put your legs in a Baddha Konasana, so butterfly, soles of the feet together. You can move them whatever's comfortable. If you want to be closer to your body, farther away from your body, you're going to get different feelings of stretch. And take a moment to just kind of open up the soles of the feet like a book. So we're opening up, and then use that to create length in the spine and broadness in the chest. So opening up the chest, deep breath in, and then on your exhale, fold forward from the hips. So don't roll the spine yet, just folding long. Now kind of getting both sides of those outer hips at once. Continuing to have that mindful breath. Maybe if you're ready, you can sink down another level. If you're comfortable, you can even get a little bit of that rounded back and just work to get your head down toward the floor. Another great place for a block to come into the story, so you can really release the weight on your neck and make this more of a restorative pose. Couple breaths here. I don't know about you guys, but I could pause the video and probably hang out there for a solid 10 minutes. One more breath. And slowly remove any props that you may have gathered to use, and then bring your body back up. Move into a twist. So first, using both your hands to bring your knees back together, and then let's do a forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So here, find your sits bones again, extending your arms up, inhale, active legs, and then stretching, lengthening from the spine, lengthening, length, and then folding forward. And just be here for a moment. You can keep your knees bent, grasping your toes, or whatever shows up as the right place to be once you've created that length. One more breath here. And on an inhale, as mindfully as you went down, lift up, arms up, and exhale back down through heart center. Move into a twist. So I want you to take your left knee and sort of face it forward. So this is going to be sort of the basis. And then you're going to take your right leg and cross it over that side. And then lifting up through the upper body, notating where your sits bones are, keeping yourself sort of thinking straight. And now we're going to move into our twist. So place your right palm behind you. You can kind of be on cupcake fingers, whatever's comfortable. Lifting your left arm up, inhale. And then on your exhale, beginning to twist, placing that elbow, using it as an internal lever on the outside, of your right, on the top of your right thigh, and twisting back to the right. We've done a good amount of twists today. Should probably be able to get a good amount going here. But remember to be easy on yourself. If at any point you need to release, reduce it, you can actually just curl, kind of hug your knee. Also really going to give you a great twist. One more breath here. And slowly bring yourself back from that nice detoxing twist. Carefully unwind and untangle your legs, and then use your right knee as your base. So your right knee is going to be facing forward. That's the easiest way for me to always think about it. And taking your left leg, crossing it over, placing your foot pretty much flat on the ground, and then notating, hey, where are my sit bones? Where's forward? Where am I stable? Inhale your right arm up, and then as you exhale, moving that left arm behind you, sort of diagonally to your mat, and finding that twist to the left. Don't sacrifice the sits bones coming up or anything sort of popping out here. So if any of this sort of goes a little wonky, want to reduce your twist a little bit, maybe you hug that leg wherever you are. Nice smooth breath. And take one more here. And then slowly coming back out of that nice detox, carefully untangling your legs. And then give your legs a little bit of love here. We're going to do one more forward fold before we move into our Shavasana. So right sole of the foot onto the left inner thigh, seated tree. Again, sits bones situated. Inhale your arms up, and then exhale, forward fold over that left leg. Again, you can have a little bit of a bent knee, just making sure that you're focusing on that length before you focus on the depth of your fold. One more breath here. And then inhale on your way up. I'm going to move into my super favorite posture. So take your left leg out, move it about 45 degrees over, place your right hand behind you on the right side, and then lift your body up, opening up that chest, opening through the side body, really stretching. Super, super fabulous stretch. Everything's getting in the mix. And then coming back down. I feel like that pose makes me feel like a movie star. I don't know why. Okay, legs back to the center. Let's do the other side. So right leg is directly in front of you. A little bit of activation. Right toes to the ceiling, left foot into the inner thigh. Find your sits bones, seated tree. Inhale, arms up, folding over your right leg. Just here for a couple breaths. Cooling the body down. Doing a little bit of longer stretches to get into that fascia and get into that healing frequency in the body. One more breath. And inhale up. And get ready for favorite pose. That's what I'm going to name it, just favorite pose. So move your right leg out about 45 degrees, and then place your left hand diagonally behind you, and then sort of reach back up and open your body all the way up. This should feel just like one long line of stretch. One more breath. And then back down. Find yourself moving toward Shavasana by beginning to get into your position laying down on your back, hugging the knees into the chest, wrap your arms around your knees, and then maybe do happy baby here, whatever posture is calling to you. Now is the time. I'm going to move into happy baby, so arms on the inside, hands on the outside. I'm going to grab the outside of my shins, do a little bit of movement, not too much. Maybe you do legs up the wall, dead bug pose, another one of my favorites. Maybe you move into supported shoulder stand, supported bridge, whatever's calling you. As your final posture, another supine twist maybe. Wherever you are, Meet us. Meet us in Apanasana, arms around your knees, super tight. And then lift your head and neck up. Curl yourself into the tiniest ball. Tiniest ball. Harnessing your power. And then release everything onto the floor. Fully supported Shavasana. In your Shavasana pose, palms are up. If you're in a traditional pose, legs turning out slightly from the hip socket in their natural tendency. Return your breath to its normal rhythm. And sink slowly and more deeply onto the earth. And drink this in. Your Shavasana moment. Well deserved. Continue breathing here, and I will let you know when it's time to come back. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Allow the faintest of movements to begin in your hands, your fingers, your toes, and your feet. And then allow that movement to go through the body. And then slowly bring yourself over onto one side, keeping your eyes closed. And take a breath here. And when you're ready, carefully bring yourself into a seated position, and we will prepare to close our practice together. I hope that you found your inner power invigorated during this practice, and know that it is there for you to serve this world, your community, your family, and yourself. I hope to see you again. Arms up, inhale. Exhale through heart center. Palms to your third eye. We bow together in honor. Namaste. It was an honor to lead you in this practice. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you again. Thank you.